to tell you about something that happened to me last month. I was completely stressed out, deadline pressure, too many things happening at once, and I sent an email to a colleague. Not mean, but let's just say not helpful. The kind of email where you hit send and literally 2 minutes later you're thinking, oh no, why did I just do that? Have you ever done that? Said something you didn't mean, maybe a decision, and then immediately regretted it? Here's what I've learned. That wasn't really you. That was your stressed brain making decisions for you. And today I want to show you exactly what's happening inside your head when you're under pressure, and more importantly, how to stop it before it costs you. Because this stuff, it costs me opportunities, relationships, and peace of mind, and I don't want it to cost you the same. Let's dive in. So here is the thing nobody tells you about stress. Your brain is not trying to mess up your life, it's actually trying to save it. Let me explain. Deep in your brain, there's a tiny part called the amygdala. Think of it like your personal bodyguard. Its whole job is to scan for danger and keep you alive. When it detects a threat, and listen, it doesn't care if it's a lion or an angry email from your boss. It sounds the alarm. Fight, flight, or freeze. Your heart starts racing. Your hands might shake, but breathing gets shallow. And here's the part that really matters. That smart, rational part of your brain, the prefrontal cortex, right behind your forehead, is basically shut down. It's like your bodyguard just pushed your wise advisor out of the room and took over. Why? Because in real emergency, you don't have time to think, you need to act. Your body floods with the stress hormones, cortisol, adrenaline, you're in survival mode. Short-term reaction, no long-term thinking. And that's great if you're running from danger. But if you're trying to have difficult conversation, make a career decision, or handle a conflict, you're operating with half your brain offline. So let me give you some real examples because I bet you've lived through at least one of these. At work, your boss puts pressure on you. So instead of calmly saying, let me get back to you, you either commit to something impossible or you snap at someone who had nothing to do with it. Then later you're like, that's not who I am. Why did I react this way? In money and career decisions, for example, the market drops, you panic, you sell everything right at the bottom, or maybe you're frustrated at work and you quit without a plan. 3 days later, when you've calmed down, you realize you just made a huge decision from a place of emotion, not logic. In relationships, someone says something that hit a nerve. You're already stressed, and instead of letting it slide or having a calm conversation, you blow up. Now you've got a fight on your hands that didn't need to happen. I've done all of these, maybe not all at once, but yeah, I've been there. And the frustrating part, you know better. You know you should pause, you know you should think it through. But in the moment, your brain has other plans. So why does this happen? Let's go back thousands of years. Imagine you're walking through the forest and you hear rustling in the bushes. Your brain has a choice. Stop and analyze. Is this wind, a small animal, maybe a predator? Or run now? The people who chose option 2, to run now, they survived. They became our ancestors. The people who choose option 1, well, let's just say their analytical skills didn't get passed down. So your brain evolved to prioritize speed over accuracy when it senses danger, and that worked great, but back then. But here's the problem. Your brain cannot tell the difference between a lion and your inbox, between a physical threat and uncomfortable conversation. It treats them all the same. Alarm goes off, survival mode activated, logic offline. That's not a bug, it's a feature. It just doesn't fit modern life anymore. Alright, so what do we actually do about this? Because understanding is great, but you and I both need practical tools we can use when we are in the middle of it, right? Here are three things that have genuinely changed how I handle stress. And the cool part, they are all backed by neuroscience. First strategy, pause and breathe. I know you're thinking, breathing, that's advice. Listen, I thought the same thing. It sounds too simple, but here's what actually happens. When you're stressed, your breathing gets short and shallow. That sends a signal to your brain we are in danger, keep panicking. But when you take a slow, deep breath, especially a long exhale, like 6 seconds out, you activate a different part of your nervous system, the calm down system. It's like telling your brain, actually, we're okay, we can think now. I'm not saying it magically solves everything, but it gives you a pause, a tiny window where you can choose your response instead of just reacting. Try it next time before you send the message, before you say that thing, just breathe, 3 slow breaths. See what happens. Strategy number 2, name what you're feeling. This one's going to sound weird, but stay with me. When you're in the middle of stress or anger or anxiety, just name it out loud or in your head. I'm feeling really anxious right now, or I'm angry. That's it. Why does this work? Because when you label an emotion, you shift from the emotional part of your brain to the thinking part. You go from being the stress to observing the stress. And that tiny shift, it gives you space. Suddenly, you're not drowning in it, you're just noticing it. I do this all the time now. Okay, I'm stressed, that's what it is. And it helps. Strategy number 3, just wait. Here is maybe the most powerful one. If you're stressed or emotional, don't decide it right now. I know that feels impossible sometimes, but most decisions, they can wait. Sleep on it. Go for a walk. Give it 10 minutes. Whatever you can manage. Because here is the truth. Your brain chemistry changes over time. The stress hormones fade, your rational brain comes back online. And what felt urgent and overwhelming at 9 p.m., at 9 a.m. in the next day is manageable. And I cannot tell you how many times this has saved me from a decision I would have regretted. So here is a simple system I use. If I'm about to make a big decision and I'm stressed, I write it down and wait 24 hours. That's it. I don't ignore it. I don't forget about it. I just postpone the action. And you know what happens almost every time? I wake up the next morning, look at what I wrote, and think, oh, that's not as bad as I thought, or that's not the right move, or yeah, but I should do it differently. Your brain literally resets overnight. The fog clears. You see things you couldn't see when you were in the middle of it. I'm not saying wait forever. I'm saying give your brain time to think clearly. Because the best decision, they don't come from panic, they come from clarity. Now, if you're in a leadership position, running a business or managing people, you have to listen closely because the stakes are higher for you. When you make decisions from stress, it doesn't just affect you, it affects your team, your client, your reputation. I've worked with leaders who are brilliant, talented, experienced, and they still fall into this trap. Tight deadline, big decisions, high pressure, and suddenly they are acting instead of leading. The difference between good leaders and great ones is not intelligence, it's self awareness. It's knowing when you're not in the right headspace to decide. So here's what I recommend. Before a big decision, pause and ask yourself, am I calm right now or am I stressed? If you're stressed, don't decide yet. Journal about it. Talk it through with someone you trust. Take a walk, do whatever you need to get clear. And if you're managing a team, model this for them. Show them it's okay to say, let me think about it and get back to you. Because rushing into decisions to look decisive, that's not leadership, that's just stress in disguise. Alright, let me leave you with this. Stress is not your enemy, it's your brain trying to protect you. But in the modern world, that protection often backfires. The good news is you're not helpless. Breathe, name it, and wait. 3 simple steps to take back control before stress makes your next decision for you. If this helped you, do me a favor. Share it with someone who's going through something right now. Maybe it will save them from a choice they'd regret. And if you want more tools like this, hit subscribe. See you next video.